While the term government subsidized housing is being intentionally hidden, that is exactly what it is, sprinkled with honey and deceit.
Residents came out in full force to oppose a 255-unit development at Thursday's Planning and Zoning Board meeting. Liz Ryan has our top story.
Dominium is planning to build a rate-restricted rental community, Preserve at Wards Creek. The 19-acre site on County Road 16A is currently zoned rural, so they'll need to have that changed to a planned unit development. The property is in the area of Silverleaf and World Golf Village, and since the only access point would be 16A, one of the main concerns is traffic. Dominium's Contessa Archer says there are plans in place to mitigate that.
The expansion of the First Coast Expressway, County Road 2209 extension, the intersection improvement to IGP and State Road 16, the widening of State Road 16, and the widening of I-95.
Residents were very vocal about their opposition.
Bumper-to-bumper traffic. Are you willing to jeopardize the health of a resident because the county's agreed to suffocate World Golf Village with more development? Then this is the guarantee that the county does not care about the constituents. I have requested the legislature to adopt a bill that would stop commissioners from accepting campaign funds from developers.
Silverleaf's already destroying this place. Schools are way behind. Too many buildings are being approved. These are not stakeholders in our community. They're not going to be tax-paying. Not one community that I worked in policing did Section 8 ever improve that area. It's a draw on your fire, police, rescue, higher crime.
You cannot get your emergency vehicles through the traffic. That's a problem for everyone.
You go on any review websites about their communities, bugs, cockroaches, they do not intervene in between fights between tenants. Slumlord.
The board voted to approve the development, with Green, Matavina, Perkins, and Pierre voting yes, Hilsenbeck, Peter, and Spiegel no. Attendees were not happy with the vote, to say the least.
You can leave or you can be removed.
Dominium will need permission from the Board of County Commissioners before beginning construction. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A fake message claiming to be from the St. Johns County School Superintendent has prompted a response.
Someone took advantage of a budget situation affecting the St. Johns County schools and wrote a letter to parents and personnel claiming to be the superintendent. The Facebook post claims the district is scaling its school nurses to 1 for each school next year, adding it would affect K-8 schools, all high schools, and elementary schools, and that the cuts are being made because of budget cuts and a need for new schools, which isn't exactly true. St. Johns County School Superintendent Tom Forson sets the record straight.
Presently, the last 3 to 4 years, through COVID and through some of the challenges that we've had, we have doubled up in some of our schools, especially some schools that have been very, very large. But we have to be able to sustain our budget. We will retain 1 nurse, 1 health professional in every school. No one's being cut. There's not people losing their jobs.
Forson is an advocate of social media, but not when it's misused.
I talk to students about understanding that social media, while it may provide great information and resource, sometimes it also is a source of confusion and a source of inaccurate information. Many times what we depend on in social media is speed, not necessarily accuracy.
The school district says it's working to find the person responsible for the fake letter and stop the spread of more fake messages. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This is a replica of one of Magellan's ships that did the expedition in 1519. And basically, it's a floating museum. So this ship is intended to share the history of Spanish navigation.
We're learning more about the Now Trinidad docked in St. Augustine.
Now Trinidad spokesperson Paulina Salcido says the ship was built in 2018 in Spain.
We left Spain quite some time ago. We have been cruising all over the East Coast this past year. The last port that we were at was Fernandina Beach. And before that, we were in St. Mary's. So, yeah, we have been doing the East Coast little by little. And then this is our final stop for the tour of 2023.
Salcido says most visitors are surprised by the now Trinidad size.
A lot of people, if not everyone, is actually quite impressed when they first see it because, they never imagined the dimensions of the ship. They always think that the ship is bigger, or this is how they imagine in their head after reading a book or learning this in history. But then the good thing about this museum is that it gives you the opportunity to actually see in dimensions, in the real, how Magellan's ship was back then.
The ship is open 7 days a week from 10 to 7 through April. You can buy tickets at the St. Augustine Municipal Marina or online at nowtrinidad.org. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.